So quick introduction on the Hand of God micros developed by David Quinn from Canada, Mo Beta on YouTube. They are frictionless, customized edges. Um, so I sent in pictures of my hands and fingers, and he took measurements and developed these for me. That's one for each hand, and as you can see, I roll them in, and there's the claw grip that's supposed to work the same muscles but more effective and ergonomic. I choose not to dig into the science all that much. I will experiment and see what happens. It's fun to be a part of something new. I came across his videos because he posts a lot of outdoor projecting content, which I like to watch. And then I saw some videos about this edge, and I was intrigued because he developed them because he wasn't satisfied with what the climbing world was offering, and I think he played around with a lot of different ideas until he ultimately chose to put these out for sale. What also caught my interest was he had uneven fingers, short index, short pinky, and a lazy index finger, which is what I have as well, which makes training on a flat edge quite ineffective, because while it's there, it's not doing a whole lot. It's still your middle two that's working and getting engagement the most. Your index is more there for stabilization, and this is what I'm hoping to solve with this edge. I'm doing enduro sets right now, purely endurance, 17 sessions deep so far in a month. It's 4 repetitions with 20 seconds rest in between, and you go RPE 10. So each repetition you go to muscle failure. So just shut off your brain and grip, basically. The first hold, you should have a weight where you can hold it for around 4 minutes. That's when you know you're in the right spot. The second hold, you fall off a cliff, usually. You can only hold it for around 70 to 100 seconds maybe. And then the third and fourth repetition usually are quite equal, at least for me, around 50 seconds. And lately I've seen some improvements in hold time, especially for the first hold using 8 kilos. Last time I held it for 6 minutes, so I'm still early. It might be day-to-day variance or newbie gains, or I have started to activate something in my forearm which I hadn't done before, and maybe I need to raise my weights a bit. We'll see. I'll wait until session 30 to play around with the weights. That's also when you can see the metrics, your personal metrics, in his own developed app as well. So let's Let's see how it works in action. I'm a bit cold now, so my voice is. So, yep. And now I'm quite relaxed all the way down to my dip joints. You're supposed to activate your MCP, which is around your knuckles. So you flex a little bit, and you can really feel the engagement in another way when you do that. So you do want to activate your MCP until it gives way. So I'm going to do that right now. Right there. And then I can also feel that I'm using my fingers into the edge a bit more, like I'm clawing into the edge. Yeah. Eventually, your MCP is gonna give way, and then you will have to rely on your other muscles instead to hold the weight. But you always go until your dip joints rolls off the rollers, or the second before you feel them doing it, because yeah, you don't want the weight to drop on the floor if you're inside at home. And I like to play around with my fingers as well. For the start, I always put more force into my index finger, because that's the finger I want to work the most. So I'm actively clawing into that point. And when I feel it's getting very pumped, I switch around and I activate my pinky finger more. And eventually both of them will be so pumped that my middle two are going to start doing the last bit of work. Yep. So my strategy is to do pure endurance sets for this season and this bouldering season. And then when the conditions gets worse in late April, I will start incorporating power sets as well over the summer to see if I can get some gains there as well. The endurance sets are supposed to be the way to go to fix the lazy finger issue, and if you also have synovitis in your joints like I do in my middle finger joints. Right now they have been like stable for a while. They always feel better during winter or when it's colder. So we'll see. When summer comes, if I can start doing some power sets as well. Yeah. So sorry about my voice, I'm a little bit cold. But what I think is important to note as well is your climbing age, your age, of course, and your life in general. I started climbing 5 to 6 years ago when I was, I'm 37 now, and for the first year or two, I was mainly focused on indoors or on artificial outdoor blocks in Malmö, Sweden. But then I had my first trip to our local crag, Sugarkull, quite famous one in Sweden, outside of Kristianstad, and I felt like, it was just way nicer being outdoors
seeing different things, and all the holds are completely unique, and the body positioning as well. Everything is just different. Each line is different. And Shugekul is very FTP dominant. You hold small, uneven edges. Slopers are more like chisel grip holds. And yeah, it's very nice. Yeah, so started with doing six A's and stuff like that, and six B's for the first year. Then I started doing six C's and seven A's like 3 years ago, and I felt like that has been my maybe my level 7A plus level for two years maybe. Maybe until recently, where I felt a little bit stronger. Did a 7C project this spring, Ferdinand Sitt, very famous and proud line. A little bit chossy though, but what can you do? So yeah, and I have 2 kids as well, which makes home training vital. This is where the grippers come into full effect. Being frictionless, I don't have to worry about going out on a balcony to chalk up, or going outside to do grip training. I can just do it inside for 15 minutes and feel worked. And yeah, I have to be quite efficient with my sessions and precautious of what I do. My main focus is to not get injured, of course. That's what's gonna set any progress back the most when you're at my age. Yeah. The video here is from Småland. It's a small crag with 3 huge blocks, as you can see, called Kyrkstenarna. This is where I have my project. It's called Salvation SDS, or ASIS, 7C/8A. First ascended by Stefan Rasmussen in 2008, a Västervik climber who has done tons and tons of stuff in around the Västervik area. Yeah, a very proud line. Yeah, I'm pointing at a jug here. That's not in, so you follow the rail and then you go straight up. The jug is used for a 7B/plus exit variant. That one. So we're walking a bit closer. There's a right hand start on a flake. Felt it cracked 2 times when I pulled on. Let's hope it doesn't break. Angle is around 40 degrees here. Then it curves down to 30 and 20 as you go higher up. Yeah, and then there's the left hand. So Gaston starts, you bump into the rail, then you follow in, do some laybacking up until the finishing move, which there's a few different betas on. All of them are very committing coming from the ground. There's the feet for the start. And this was also one thing that I couldn't feel any tension at all when I tried this to establish this start years ago. And now I feel like it's not a big deal, which is kind of nice. There's the bump in with your left hand, then you follow in with your right. And now I will go over the 4 or 5 serious sessions I had on Salvation, starting from December last year. So here's December last year, when I tried the low start again. Yeah, I could establish quite well and almost had it. And here are the follow-up moves. Which I also did for the first time. And the second move there was feeling quite hard at the time. Then we are in June this year, and I do the move for the first time. Almost. Same session, and I link from the second move. Not entirely up to the stand. Yeah, it's getting there. Now we are in August this year, and I do the move for the first time. Same session, and I link from the low, also for the first time. Now we are in late September this year, and I'm working the top move on rope for the first time. Conditions weren't great here. And I also tried to do the 7B/plus exit. But I pumped out, of course. And now we are at my latest session, um, in the beginning of November. I'm gonna try the top move on rope, and I'm using an ascender for the first time, which was actually a great. I didn't like sketching over the top into an overhang, as I'm not that comfortable with rope. So using this ascender to go up from the ground instead was great. And if I wanted, I could just go down and up with ease, drinking coffee, checking the phone or whatever. Without an ascender, I would have to walk up the boulder and do the whole sketchy thing again. Yeah, trying the top move with my beta. Haven't seen any other beta like this, but right heel in the rail, left hand on the sloper, right hand in the good edge, and then shoot to quite good hold. But it's quite far and you have to hit it good. This line, as I had quite a lot of progress during the summer, is not that friction dependent for the bottom moves, but the last move is quite friction dependent in my opinion. So yeah. And this is after 17 enduro sets in a month since receiving the Hand of God micros.
Okay. See? If I don't stick that on a Sengo from the bottom without a rope, I have to be very conscious about releasing my heel when I fall. Otherwise, I will go down shoulder first. Yeah. Okay, that's the beta to come into that position. There is another beta, but I don't think I have the flexibility for that. Yeah. It's like a very small box. You have to be flexible in your hip. Oh. Yeah. Oh, fuck yes. And I didn't hit the jug. Well, yeah, jug there. I hit something below, but I could still come in and match on the hole. So if I brush up the right side a little bit more, the match is gonna feel better. If I don't hit the jug with my lift on the first attempt, of course. Last time after I warmed up and worked the top a little bit and then got down here, I flashed first moves like they flashed, of course. So if I don't do the flash them this time, the hand of God is a scam. The first bump is the hardest, then there's just intense positioning and kind of lay backing, yeah, I guess. Oh my god. This feels very good. Woo. Yeah. The first move, I've never felt it that easy before. The second move, coming in with your right, has felt like the hardest, second hardest. Right, I'm gonna try again with less wrist than I usually go for. Just see it as a, because I can't top out the 7C or the 7B plus. I'm gonna see it as a training session and to see if I can get the bottom moves again with the little rest. Oh yeah, yeah.
Here's 1.5 minutes later, and I'm gonna pull on again, which is basically just would have been ridiculous before because the bottom section was kind of limit, just doing once, and now I'm gonna try for the third time in like a span of 5 minutes.
To pull on, especially when the intro move is the hardest one. But just for fun, let's see what happens. Wow. Wow. Session over. anecdotal, but felt like I've never felt this good before. And to rip off 3 repetitions with very little rest for my standards, and go through the intro moves. The last time was limit, of course, but still, I did it. Is very, very intriguing.